Yo guys, welcome back to another video. Red Green Odin just won his first flagship over here in Japan. Yay! And I thought it'd be fun to make a little video because I've been wanting to make a video on the new Red Green Odin kind of buffs with this 6-cost Yamato that came out. And I thought it would be a fun way to do it where we take the person who won the flagship, take their list, and talk about it real quick for a second, and then maybe try and get a game or two to show you guys and see how it works and see how it's looking with the new Yamato card and then kind of the different way of building it. And there's also the new 5-cost Luffy card too, but we'll talk about that and then hopefully jump into some gameplay. So without any further ado, let's just jump in and let's get started. Alright, so this is the list of the player Yuno. I'll have their kind of like Twitter posts with their matchups and their official posts from their list and everything up on the screen as well. So you guys can take a look at that. And I just want to point out they beat Nanel round 1, which is crazy because that's a really hard matchup for Red Green Odin. They normally can just pop all of your 5 costs, and unless you just draw into enough of your top end, if you're running stuff like the 10 cost red shanks or 9 cost green shanks, it helps you. You have a little bit more of a shot. 8 cost dragon helps in that matchup a lot, and they're not running any of them, so I would have loved to have seen that game. But yeah, really big congrats to them. Really cool. Awesome to see Red Green Odin finally take down a flagship. He's definitely a leader that has like a ton of potential. You guys know I love this leader and I've played him quite a bit. There's a few things that I want to point out in this list. Obviously the new 6-cost Yamato from EB02 is amazing. I've been playing this deck. I have a few lists that I'm cooking and I'll probably show you guys one of the ones that I like. But man, this card just really ties it together. The alt art's awesome as well. Really strong. Having rush and being able to get your leader ability online is just so strong. It's like how Izo really helped in EB01, where you get the Dawn onto your leader. Yamato does that, but it's also rush, and it's a 6 cost, which some people may think that's bad because you can't play it off a Hiyori, but in the long run I think it's good because you need something more than a 5 cost on the board, just because 5 costs or less is always like the easiest target to get KO'd. And yes, it can get grab bladed, but it's still a little bit further out of reach for stuff like black and just like generic yellow KO stuff. The other kind of key cards here is the 5-cost Luffy from Starter 21, which is really good. Another card here that essentially is getting the Rested Dawn onto a character or leader if you need to get leader effect off. And I think a lot of people kind of prefer Dragon in this spot, but I've been testing this out just a little bit on Twitch, by the way. If you want to come check me playing over there 2 to 3 times a week at Fidelio TCG, shout out. And it is very strong. Like if you get the ball rolling with like an early Hiyori into Denjiro, and then you play Luffy and put the Dawn on Denjiro, and then you can restand 2 more Dawn and put 1 on leader, and like the combos are really strong. The deck still does just struggle to any and all types of removal. And I'm actually a big fan of this 2-cost Rosinante. I also run 4 in my list, and I'm really happy to see that the person who won the flagship was running it in theirs. And then I guess the other main kind of like, what's this card doing here is Roger. And I would assume it's mostly for stuff like Blackbeard and to kind of just have that final last push against. Also, it's weirdly good against like green purple Luffy too, if they just block her up and have a Gum Giant at the end. Like say they have like 3 blockers on the board, if you just slam down Roger and already have like 1 or 2, if you have Roger and Luffy, you can get the Dawn onto Denjiro if you have that too. Of course, this is like, your board's gonna be pretty awesome at that point already, but you know, there's some possibilities in there. And I actually have run this in some of my Odin builds before as well. Especially in OP9 when Teach was kind of coming up. I was running 8-cost Dragon and 10-cost Roger, just because it was actually a way that you could win the matchup. And then there's 3 Hodies. It's just, I feel like you should run Hodie in this deck. You kind of have to. It's just too good. 3 is understandable. I don't know if you can really fit him in at 4. Everything else is just like your kind of typical Wano package. They do have 2 of these Yamatos, which is pretty clutch. I imagine it's obviously for the rest, but just having a 6k body, stuff like Shanks, and then the new green purple Luffy leader is at 6k leader for like, you know, most of the game. After the first couple turns, they're going to be a 6k leader almost the whole time, so it really helps because your leader is going to be 6k plus with getting the leader effect off, and then just having more, at least 6 or 7k line stat line characters on the board is strong. We got 3 rad beams, which I like as well. I like it at 3. You kind of want to run more, but you kind of can't. And then they're running 2 of the samurai. I do think this is more of a tech card. I've run this at like 0. I've run this at like 3 or 4. It is kind of nice just to have on those, like when you get an Otama on the board and she's just chilling there for like the whole game. It really helps sometimes if you can, even if you're just going to throw down a Momonosuke and you don't search with him and then you just play a samurai to get the extra card draw. And obviously Hiyori, like it's the tale as old as time. You have a Otama from search, you throw down Hiyori, and then you can rest both of them before you use the Hiyori effect. So really strong. Not a super necessary card in my opinion, but that's it. I don't think there's anything else that's like too crazy, since it's obviously a Wano leader and you do get the like extra counter, the 1k counter off of your counterless Wano cards. It's really strong. Needs to be character though. Unfortunately, you cannot trash this as a counter, which would be kind of cool, but I understand them not doing that. So this is a list, really cool. I do think there's still a lot of different ways to build this leader, especially in EB02. I don't think this is the only way to do it, and I do think this is going to be opening yourself up to certain weaknesses against other decks, and might be harder against stuff like Blue Doflamingo without the 4-cost Ryumas, and you're not running like Rayleigh. A lot of people have been running like 8-cost Rayleigh and 9-cost Shanks recently, so they're foregoing that for more of just like an aggressive approach, which I don't hate either, just because you have these, the 2-cost Rosinante blockers are really clutch at just like keeping one or two of your characters alive on like the turn you need before you go for lethal. It's not so much even just like as like your normal way you would use a blocker. It's kind of just like really just give you some breathing room when you need it to protect characters on the board and help just a little bit against those you know, any deck that can KO your stuff. So yeah, that's it. Let me show you guys real quick another list I've been using, and then we'll jump into the gameplay. All right, so this is a list that I've been using. This, you can choose Dragon or Rayleigh. I do think Rayleigh with Ryuma does give you a little bit better shot against stuff like Dofi, but because Green Purple Luffy has kind of really been coming up the past couple weeks, Ryuma's a little bit weaker, and while Rayleigh I think is still strong, Dragon, just with the rush and being a bigger body and being able to put the Dawn on leader when you need it, is just also really strong, and I'm just a big fan of Dragon in the deck. And then we do have stuff like 9-cost Shanks to try and tackle matchups like a Nell, or just get rid of like big bodies. If they throw down a kid without the protection, like we can always get rid of it that way. And of course on our 10 Dawn turn, we can throw down Shanks and still have 1 Dawn for leader effect, or if we can do the math and make sure we're okay, we have 1 up for Rad Beam too. Not much different here, to be honest. I promise this is the list that I was running before I even knew about the flagship winner, because we have some really identical ratios, which makes me feel good that I was like on the right track. I was running 2 of these Yamato, 3 Hodis, and 4 2-cost Rosies, and 3 Rad Beams. So cool to see that. I love it when like the list you're cooking ends up being close to somebody who's like has finished the cooking and made the pie and it tasted good. But yeah, that's it. This is one of the lists. There's a ton of other lists that I've been testing out with this leader, but if you want to see more cooking and actual live gameplay and stuff, just follow me on Twitch and check me out over there. But for now, let's just jump over into the actual gameplay, and hopefully we can get a game or two for you guys that'll be fun to watch. All right, it's the boy, the man himself. We're going second. I need something we can kind of search or set up. Hiyori, this is bad. This is probably bad. Yamato's good, but we'll see. We can draw into stuff that we'll need, so that's all right. Probably just gonna counter out with this. Shit. Okay. I should have just played it. I probably should have just played it and could have blocked there. All right. Too little, too late, unfortunately. And now he's at 5. He's gonna play Sanji Pudding. Okay. So we'll just do this. Play this. We'll just block this next attack with this. But he's gonna get 5. He might even use the leader effect. We'll see. Probably not though, right? Yeah. Okay. He's doing it. Go to 4. Yeah. In this case, we'll just block it. Oh, I mean, that's fine. That's honestly better for me. I'd rather see that than him get like just a Frankie or something on the board, or like do more searching. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on, baby, baby. I wanna. Yes, no double Sanji pudding. Oh my gosh. It's a beautiful day. They actually didn't just double. I've been playing some games earlier today, and it was just like every single Luffy just double Sanji pudding me. This is worrying though. We're gonna lose Yamato, huh? Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. Thank goodness. Right. And then another Zoroark though. Damn, be careful. Holy shit. Alright. Careful what you wish for, huh? Holy crapola. Saving Hody for the end. Actually, this is pretty chill. This is pretty chill. This is a chill little dude. Okay. Save 2 rad beams, because yeah, we're probably gonna need them. And then I think we actually might have enough counter to survive this. 7, 8. Let's go 6 here. The dot on Yamato. This might not be the best numbers, so apologies. I was thinking of going 7 there. Ooh, okay. Actually, alright, then we get rewarded for that. Oh my gosh, please just be bricking. He has all 2Ks. 4 2Ks already. He's kind of like a turn behind. He wants to have 2 Sanji puddings, and then he plays the secret rare Luffy, right? Or not. Maybe because he's already used the effect, yeah. So he can't get that free value off of whatchamacallit. So 1, 2, 3. What? 1, 2, 3. He just played this, so 4 tax. When you get out of 2, let's get out of 1 here. No, we can take this, right? Do we take this? Because you can go like 9, 7, 9, 9. 7, 9, 9 we get out of. That's a counter. We'll take it. We have 2 rad beams. So I'm going to really, yeah. I'm going to really try and force him to go for life if he can. Like if I can get him to. Good. 8 kind of sucks. But then what's the max this can be? 9? Yeah. We're chill. We're chill, bro. You think I'm bluffing? You think I'm bluffing with these 2 rad beams, bro? Come on, baby. This is looking good for us. He has too many cards in hand for me to be like happy about this, but we just rested on me. Doesn't matter. All right. This goes on to you. We can do like 6, put on the leader. He had so many 2Ks that I'm gonna do it this way. Of course. Maybe he was just saving that. All right, then we can go 8. 8. This is a 8 right now. 8, 9, 9. In that case, we just do this. Because if he takes this, we go like 7 and then 11. This is 2 cards. All right, well, 8. Or do we go 9, 9? I think we just have to believe. Come on, baby. Take it home. Please. Get us there. Oh. Let's go. All right. We did it. We beat the, like, the big bad right now. Obviously, Hody Jones is the GOAT. This is why you have to run him at least 2 or 3, at least right now in this current meta. I don't think it's like Hody's not always 100% for this leader, but I would say right now he's pretty necessary. Dude, I thought he was gonna have the counter. I'm not gonna lie, but we saw a lot of early 2Ks, so like it would have been wild if he had all of that right. He was gonna use Gum Gum Giant, Trash Gum Gum Giant, or just this Sanji Pudding. I guess the one thing that was lucky for us is they didn't double immediately Sanji Pudding back to back, and they didn't have this Luffy. But I mean, that was still really strong. I think this Odin is actually, I originally thought this matchup was like bad, but I think with Luffy and Yamato, you can kind of pressure them down almost harder than they can pressure you. And we have stuff like Rad Beams too. It is actually like, the more that I play this matchup, they do mirror each other a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, more so than I thought originally. So, and we showcased, okay, that's funny. We were able to showcase like my favorite cards in the deck. This Luffy has grown on me. I do like it. I kind of think I understand why they're running this Luffy instead of Dragon, but this Yamato is cracked. It's so good. This card's amazing. And I think I like going first with this, at least with this list, and maybe now with stuff like this Luffy and this Yamato, you can go first, because if you place on like a Denjiro out on 5, even if it's just like, because if you have the 5-Don play of Hiyori into Denjiro and put 1 on leader and then get the leader effect, or even if you just play Denjiro out, then at least on your 7-Don turn, you can play Yamato, put the Don with Yamato's effect onto your leader, and then give the 1 extra Don to Denjiro, and then get the extra Don back that way, and then you're just swinging insane numbers. And like, that's your 7-Don turn. So not every deck, even black decks, not every deck is going to be able to get rid of a Denjiro that you play out on your 4-Don turn, right? Or your 5-Don turn. So yeah, that's the dream, right? Yeah, but that was awesome. This list, I actually, after playing it some more, I'm starting to understand it quite a bit more. And it is a little bit different style from like the kind of KO or power reduction red green Odin that we've also been seeing pop up through EB02 and a little bit before that. But yeah, GG's to this player. All right, guys, that's going to be it for the video. I hope it was helpful. I hope you got to see kind of like I think really for me, I've learned kind of like the real strength of this Luffy. Obviously, Yamato is just amazing in this deck, but I've really started to see the strength of this Luffy and understand how Roger is just kind of there as like the top end that is there if we really need it and is good in certain matchups. With this Luffy, I do think things like Blackbeard are a lot more approachable, and yeah, even stuff like green purple Luffy, I think red green Odin is actually kind of strong into it. If you just practice it and learn the matchup enough, it's really not that bad, which is really cool. So yeah, this is just another way to play it. Let me know if you've been cooking with red green Odin and EB02, or if it's still OP9 or just OP10 lists that you've been cooking. Let me know if you've been playing this leader, if you've been having fun with them. But that's going to be it for me. If you liked the video, please consider liking and subscribing, because it really helps me out, and I appreciate it if you do. And catch me streaming over on Twitch 2 to 3 times a week at Fidelio TCG. And that's it. So I just want to say thank you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.